Okay, I've never shared this with anyone. This will be the first time I've ever shared my insane secret that I learned that I didn't tell my mom, I didn't tell my family, I didn't tell my friends, I didn't tell my employees, nobody. But we're gonna cover starting a business, buying a business, and the infinite money glitch. I've started 32 companies. I bought 17. I've had 5 exits, and I've done this 45 times. And that's why I'm in a good place, and I'm willing to just share it with you now and go over it. But we gotta take it step by step. So first off, the goal is this, to make $250,000 in your bank account clean. Now, most people don't realize that this is actually the real goal, to have $250,000 at the end of the year in your bank account, free and clear of any expenses, cost, anything. $250,000. A lot of people make $250,000 in business and make zero money. I don't want that to be you. Over half the businesses in America don't make any money. So we're gonna definitely cover this because I don't want that to be you. First off, we're gonna talk about starting a business. Now, I've started 32 of these, which is insane. When I show you this, you're gonna go, Andrew, you're crazy. You shouldn't have done that. The cost to start a business, forming it, $500. Legal, $2,000 roughly. Permits and licenses that you've got to get, $500. You got to get office space. So you got to pay first and last month and a deposit, $6,000 for your office, right? So $6,000, and then you're going to basically, the average is 6 months to 12 months, you make no money. And how do I know this? Because I rent a lot of space to businesses. I own lots of property, and I rent that property out to people that run businesses. So I'm the business that basically houses the business in real estate. So I look for to make sure they have at least a year's worth of rent, because most likely they've underestimated this and haven't done this before. But you can't talk an entrepreneur out of going in business, no matter how insane it may be. You couldn't talk me out of it the 32 times I've done it, and I'm still doing it. Okay, any rate. So your web domain, $3,000. SEO, this is your Google Maps, all your stuff associated, Google AdWords, all the stuff to get you seen. Because today, the biggest real estate in the world is the web. If you don't show up there, you're probably not going to stay in business long. Software, most industries, about $1,000 a month in software programs. You may not think so, but when you start and you see all the software that's been built for your business, you'll have to pay for it. So $1,000 there, $11,000 for 11 more months. That puts you at $12,000 just for software. Now, logos, branding, PR, marketing, advertising, and this is a low amount, $3,000. That's low, super low, but I put it in there. Your books, you're probably gonna pay somebody about $500 a month to take care of your books. Maybe it's $250, maybe it's $200, maybe you do your own books, but basically $500. So 11 months of that is $5,500. That's $6,000 total. This is the big thing. Most owners never do this. They don't think about their sweat equity. I'm going to say your sweat equity is $30,000 that you're basically paying to work, which is crazy, right? That's insane, but that's what people do. I've done it. So $30,000, and then you have bills, $30,000, because most people are just above broke. So if you make $30,000 a year, your bills are 30 grand. So you're making zero usually, if you see my other videos. And then you're looking at $60,000 in staff. You got to hire people to help you deliver the product or service, right? So you're looking at going in the hole, your first year, $177,000, 177. And most businesses make no money their first year. And half the businesses that are in business right now don't make any money. They're just breaking even. So they're having a tough time. Now, here's the thing. This is starting a business. The goal is $250. After the first year, you're not even close to that $250. You're hoping that somehow magically you'll be able to break even and make money and overcome all these expenses. So why would you want to buy a business? Wait for it. Most people get sticker shock when they see $750,000. They go, oh my God, that's a lot of money. Okay, $250,000 clean to the bottom line. That's our goal. This business is already doing that. It's already a winner. You're buying a winner. You're buying cash flow here. The owner at $250,000, and none of them are happy about this. They're basically only going to sell for 3 times their net income, which is $750,000. They're walking away from something that makes $250,000 a year for $750,000. That's amazing. $75,000 down, 10% down. You're going to finance, like with the SBA, $675,000. You're going to form your LLC. You're going to go legal, $2,000. Your monthly payment to pay for that SBA loan to cover the $6,750 is going to be $8,188. And go out 11 months plus that equals $100,756. That's your cost. For the whole year, making your payments, setting it up, everything, all your entire cost is $100,000. You're making $250. That puts you at $149,244. And if we minus out the $75,000, you go home with $74,000. You can pay your bills and still end up with $44,244 in your bank account. So what could be better than this? Of course, I've done this 32 times and actually crushed it over here and made tens of millions of dollars. I've made tens of millions of dollars buying 17 companies and exiting 5 times. But this is what I've kept a secret. And I've hidden this and haven't told anybody about it till this video. And that's this. Found this secret out in 2000. And to me, it's the infinite money glitch. Basically, it's insanely cool, and you probably won't hear about it, but here's the thing. I opened up 45 retail stores. Part of that was the startup cost to open up that store was $80,000, 80 grand to open up the store. That was first last month, the whole year's rent, signage, everything to start the business was $80,000. So day one, I was able to open up a cell phone store with carriers. Carriers are insanely competitive, right? You see the commercials everywhere. So they spend a lot of money on advertising and branding. You see them at sporting events. You see them at all over the place, right? You watch a baseball game, you see AT&T, you see Verizon, right? They're out there. They have market development funds. See, I read this in my contract because I had exclusive rights here in Nevada to be able to open stores, and I opened up 106 stores. When I opened up those stores, I actually read the contracts that my customers were actually signing, my clients that were opening up stores. And it had in there market development funds. So I figured a regular store, the corporate structure had it that store could be supported with market development funds up to $80,000. Then I also read co-op. This is advertising. You've seen Ford and Toyota and Chevy, GMC, Hummer, they're advertising, right? And you see they're advertising with Brady or Elway, right? Elway Chevrolet, I think it's Chevrolet. But at any rate, he's not paying for that advertising. Chevy is, okay? So I found co-op advertising, $40,000. To open up a store, I'd get $120,000 to open a store. 120 grand, a check, day one from opening a store. It cost me $80,000 to do that. So I pocketed, first day, without even selling one phone, $40,000. So how many stores are you gonna open up? As many as you can. We opened up 45 in Vegas, 45 stores, quite a few in Texas as well. So $101.8 million in the pocket. Now we had to sign a contract that said we wouldn't sell anybody else for 2 years. So we got the 1.8, sold. And 2 years later, we called up the other carriers and said, hey, we're a free agent at this point. How would you like 45 cell phone stores? And like T-Mobile, they're like, oh, that sounds exciting. Well, we would love to do that. So we were able to get $2 million by just simply switching carriers. So within less than 2 years, we were able to pull in $3.8 million in just profit, not to mention all the money that every one of those stores made. This was the insane money glitch. This opportunity exists across the country. Think about how many brands are paying a lot of money out there. That is them developing their market and developing their brand. Look at Coca-Cola, McDonald's, look at all the different brands. They are building brand awareness and they're willing to pay for that. That's market development funds. And then you have co-op money, that advertising money that you could have access to. So you could also take that co-op money with a lot of businesses you may own. You should check to see if the people that you sell product for offer co-op money to help you advertise. But this is the infinite money glitch. So to sum it up, do you want to start a business and potentially go $177,000 in the hole and maybe go bankrupt trying to start your own thing? Do you want to buy your own business and the first year you make money day one? Day one you make money, but over the course of a year you walk away paying all your bills and $40,000 in the bank. And then if you're lucky enough to find one of these cool, insane money glitches, they're all out there. You just got to put the work in. I'm in a good place, so I can share this with you now after 40 years. So good luck, guys. Love you. I'm Andrew Cartwright.